Collections, classics, customs, restorations. This is Crossroads Beach House. It's the 1950s. Families settle around the TV set and catch up on their days. In schools, children practice ducking cover in the event of a nuclear attack. Civil defense shelters pop up in communities, awaiting the apocalypse that never came. What if it did? Hey, welcome back to the Crossroads Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and on the turntable today, we have a Hot Wheels Big Air Chevy Bel Air. It's the car that I've chosen for my buddy build with the killer of rock and roll, Colin. If you haven't followed Colin's channel, he's got a lot of Gaslands and farm find type cars and things he does. Some pretty neat stuff, and really into 50s rock and roll. That's why we called this build, we called it the Gaslands, and what if the apocalypse happened in the 50s? And so we got kind of a 50s or prior to 50s theme for this build. I'm looking forward to seeing what Colin comes up with for it, because this is the car that I'm going to be using for that build. So let's take it apart and take a look and see what's there. We'll pull back here, take a little look at the car itself. Again, this is kind of a neat looking little car. Of course, got the body, and I've already drilled and tapped the posts. The interior, that's kind of a neat little interior. It's got the wheel. We'll be detailing this up and stuff. We won't be just leaving it red like this. We'll be detailing it up and making it so it looks like something out of the Gaslands era. And of course, we got the roll bars in the gas can and things like that. We'll be adding some of that. And of course, the base, we'll be changing out those wheels and doing something that's a little bit more appropriate for the wastelands. And I'm looking forward to doing this build again. And I encourage you, if you haven't checked out Colin, go over and check it out on his channel, the Killer of Rock and Roll, and sub up on him and give him some love that way. Again, let's put this car in the stripper and get our project started. All right, well, I'm working on my buddy build with Colin over at Killer of Rock and Roll, and I've been working on this car, I should say, and I'm going to put some matte varnish over. I've got it painted. I put the rust effects, some of the rust effects on. I'll have to put some other weathering effects and stuff on there, but I'm going to put the matte varnish on to just take care of all the other paint, so none of that comes off during the rest of the build. I've got some other pieces too that I want to put on, and I'll be doing that soon. But anyways, this all I took some of this matte varnish from Vallejo, and I put in the cup here. I added some balancing clear to that, just to make it a little bit easier to flow through the gun. Just enough, it looks like kind of a milky consistency there. So let's move on. Okay, well, we're getting near the end of our build for the Gaslands build with the Killer of Rock and Roll. I've got my little Bel Air pretty much taken care of. Again, to kind of make a rust effects, I use some of these different Vallejo colors, light rust, orange rust, yellow rust colors, kind of give it the rusty look on it. I also use some of these weathering powders. That way kind of dust the tires, make them look like sand. They've been running on it. And then also on the front, I took some of this Candy 2.0 from Createx. It's a clear red. It's actually called blood red, and put some on the front, on that front there, just to look like it had run into some people and left some blood on there and stuff. So we got that. All right, so I think we're just about ready. Got a little bit more touching up to do, and we'll get it on the turntable and take a look at it. Let's move on. Okay, well, we are back. We have finished our little buddy build, Gaslands build with the Killer of Rock and Roll. Our theme was to do something. What if the apocalypse happened in the 1950s, and what kind of cars we use? I can't think of this more fundamental and more fitting for the 50s than a 56 Chevy Bel Air. I took this as a Hot Wheels casting of Big Air Bel Air, which really made a nice base to do this on. The wheels are truck tires from Samed Wheels. The 3D printed parts. The ram on the front and the guns and stuff are from Creepy Heroes 3D printing. They have an Etsy channel if you ever want to check them out and stuff. I detailed up the tire on the inside as well as the gas can. You can see I put a little bit of Createx Candy 2.0 blood red on that front grill. It looks like it kind of rammed into some zombies or something there. I detailed up a little bit on the lights. The rebar or mesh or whatever you want to call it that's on the side there, basically what it is just some plastic cross stitch material that I picked up. You can buy it at a hobby store or wherever they sell stitching supplies and stuff like that, craft supplies, and I just cut those up and glued those on. I just thought that sometimes I put the little screen on there, but I just thought that looked a little bit different. It looked kind of like some piece of rebar or something that someone had welded on. You may notice there on the driver's side rear tail light, oh sweet, it's going to come around again, but there's a little blue thing sticking out. Why is it sticking out? Well, whether you know that or not, on the 56 Chevys, the gas tank is underneath or behind the light. And I saw this idea. This was some years ago when Lee at Time Rider had done that on a 56 Bel Air, and he stuck that in there. And I said, well, if I ever did a Gaslands build on a Chevy Bel Air, I was thinking maybe I would do that. So I just took a little bit of blue fabric or tape or whatever, and I glued that in to look like a rag. Someone stuck a rag in there just to kind of keep the dirt out of the gas tank and stuff. But I had a lot of fun with this build, and I hope you had a lot of fun following and watching it. I really look forward to seeing what Colin comes up with, and Colin, this car will be coming to you. I just need to reach out to you and get it. Maybe, as a matter of fact, probably by the time this airs, maybe you'll even have this by then. But it'll be coming to you, and I hope you like it. Again, I had a lot of fun doing this with you. To all my subscribers and viewers, thank you for following and watching. And as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.